Dr. Doom is the type of guy that will pull up to the devil himself and just sack him in the face. And even threaten him. That's simply because he's one of the scariest villains of all time. A being time and time again labeled to be equal to Reed Richards in intellect, he's one of those characters that's hard to beat twice. Because he's a man who has mastered both science and sorcery, he is Doom. Doom lost his mother at an early age, Cynthia Von Doom. Dr. Doom's mother practiced witchcraft to fight for the lives and the rights of others, but in the end she lost the fight, her life, and her eternal soul. But fortunate enough, Doom was already a gifted scientist. Victor turned his attention to the mystic arts to reclaim his mother's soul. He's the self-proclaimed king of Latveria, the master of science, magic, the most all-powerful man alive. If there's parts of the video where you're wondering why does Dr. Doom look like Iron Man, it's because for a little while in comics he was Iron Man. Had his little Dr. Doom hood, but was wearing Iron Man kind of suit and tech. There's a lot of layers to Doom. He was once poor. He was born to someone poor and an ill-fated witch. Combining his talents of sorcery and technology, he took over the European country of Latveria. Over the years, Doom has wielded his power for great good and great evil. Let's analyze his strength. Guidebooks say he has normal human strength. Yeah, freaking right. Even without his armor, he does ridiculous stuff physically. But with his armor, obviously his armor amps him up. They say he can approximately lift 2 tons, which is also BS. We know he can lift more than that. First of all, I'm about 100% sure if he's this strong, completely naked enough to box with literal lions, I'm pretty sure his muscles are stronger than ordinary humans, along with his battle IQ, which I haven't even talked about yet. I mean, he's boxing with Reed Richards when his suit is completely depowered, but that's none of my business. But I guess if you go by this, we can get a bare minimum what his lifting power is, bare minimally being strong enough to lift cars over his head like Honda Civics or some crap. We've seen him literally outmuscle super soldier level beings like Daredevil. Daredevil is somebody himself who can literally flip over a car himself, so with just his muscle, so literally smacks Daredevil away. Daredevil even said his armor feels like hitting a steel tank. There's implications his muscle can lift hundreds of tons or even more. Look at all this crap he's lifting up. Battlesuit enhanced muscle, if that makes sense. His raw strength can bust out of titanium nets. He has the strength to crush diamonds. This would imply strength way over thousands of tons. Really large opponents. Like Giant Man, his strength can hold up this kind of weight with one arm. It's hard to understand the exact size Giant Man was here, but if we was to assume Giant Man was 90 feet tall, the weight he would be bare minimally have to hold would be, if we assume he's like 90 feet tall, you can do rough calculations. This could be bare minimally at least 200 tons. This is like saying Dr. Doom could lift a jet above his head, like certain heavy jets. Or planes themselves. When you see Dr. Doom's strength clash with titanically strong beings like Namor, I'm pretty sure the suit amps him up more than just 2-ton level, like that handbook said, matching Namor and overpowering Namor in strength. You see, we've seen Namor support the weight of mountainous-sized structures. This is impressive when you look at the heavy stuff, like, yeah, big things like this. Namor has to help support. This is who Dr. Doom is matching muscles with. Matching the strength of Namor is almost like saying he can lift or support millions or billions of tons, honestly. This makes sense when you see him matching the strength of other battlesuit kings, in my opinion, like Iron Man himself. Clashing of strength. I believe his strength can lift mountains and islands and stuff. When you see him grappling with the freaking Hulk himself, one of the poster boys of raw strength in Marvel, somebody that can lift 150 billion tons. Hulk-type beings are characters that can rip cores out of planets and such, and with their muscle. Hulk himself stated out his mouth he can juggle any planet in our solar system. That's why Doom matching this guy's crazy. This guy amped himself with magic or made a battle suit, and everything combined made him strong enough to be able to basically lift planets like the other powerhouses in Marvel, matching their strength with his own battle suit and armor. And then if we get on certain objects that make the Earth size look like a joke in comparison to its size, like the sun, Doom grappling with Hulk this much makes him look more impressive. Because the Hulk's body can support the weight of a star, his muscles able to keep him up without him going flat on his face. This would imply he could lift every planet in our solar system, matching the muscle of a character like Hulk. Do we even need to get on how the Hulk's muscle can clash with God of Strength level beings like Hercules, Marvel Hercules, somebody that can lift infinitely massive weights, relieving Atlas of his duty? Doom is clashing with the type of beings that is used to matching muscles with universal type weight. I'm just letting you know. That's why grappling with Hulk-like beings is impressive like this. And to make matters worse, he can strike hard with all this put together. Obviously, right? You know, thanks to his battle suit, all his knowledge, magic, and everything put together, everything about him is amped. His blasts are amped. His strikes are amped. everything. You can even see magical energy around his fist when he punches sometimes. You see it? You shouldn't be surprised his blast power can mess up tanks. He potentially has weapons that can blast away cities themselves, way more power than nuclear bombs. It's because they're miniature versions of the blast that theoretically created the universe. He legit can prep and make gear that can blow away whole continents. What other character other than Doom do you know that will mix his blast with science and mix in some magic in the mix to make his attacks more potent? Why do you think his attacks can affect bruisers of Marvel like the Thing? You know there's a lot of blast power doing this to the Thing. His blast can affect Adam Warlock tier beings. Blast can affect Hulk tier beings, not just punches, but his actual energy blast of all sorts. Hulk, it doesn't matter which color, whether it's weaker forms like Grey Hulk or Green Hulk. This should come as no surprise. Grey Hulk level beings can survive, or his body can withstand being smacked against meteors 2 times the size of the Earth, and his body can withstand that kind of stuff without splattering, yet Doom can still damage and make these tier beings kind of drowsy. This shouldn't be a shock to you. I did show you him clash with beings that can support universal weight, so this really shouldn't be a shock. This gotta be some crazy tranquilizer to make characters like Hulk sleepy as resistant as he is to this kind of stuff. He's blasting, damaging, affecting beings that can shatter planets with laughable ease. Whether it's punches, his blast, or whatever, this shouldn't really be breaking news. I mean, we've seen him blast Namor and damage him, blast and makes Namor drowsy, go to sleep Human Torch, go to bed Black Panther, Tiger Shark and Atuma, don't even think about it, yo. I already showed you him punch the Hulk. We see him blast and affect the Hulk and damage him, even blasting him and looking like he might have made the Hulk freaking sleepy. Hulk or She-Hulk, it don't matter. We see him knock out She-Hulk. Captain America, Wolverine, Human Torch, y'all all go to sleep. It's totally believable that Dr. Doom can move planetoids like the moon or moon-sized structures and such, because he's not only trained under Doctor Strange, but he also knows some spells that Doctor Strange doesn't know, and they got a lot of similar spells, like telekinesis being one of them. So I would say it's fair. Whatever Doctor Strange can do via magical telekinesis, I would say Doom should be able to do similar in telekinesis because they're similar in magic spells and such. I mean, we've seen Doctor Strange with his raw magic power move an actual moon and make it explode, and manipulate sunish, black hole-ish tier type beings and stuff like that, make it go supernova and such. So moon destruction type power or sun shattering or black hole tier type power is definitely believable for Dr. Doom. We've seen him battle other magical beings like Wiccan, somebody that should not be underestimated. He's withstood blasts from the best magic users like Morgan Le Fay, Scarlet Witch. He's got blasted by and recuperated. He got blasted by Scarlet Witch and set on fire and was good later. We've seen him blast other high-end magicians like Dr. Voodoo. Other ultra-smart beings like Kang he's had to deal with. Doom is one of the few beings that can resist Dazzler's insane light. It usually hurts everybody else's eyes, but Doom is shielded from such a thing. He has the blast power to blast Blue Marvel and even make him go down for the count. We don't see him again until an issue or 2 later. Like, what? There's even comics that say he matches the power of Blue Marvel. We even see them kind of beam struggle. Magic versus Blue Marvel's energy. We're not about to ignore him just doing that to Blue Marvel. He's somebody that can box with Sentry. Blue Marvel is the same guy that can one-shot Ultimate Universe Hulk and Alternate Reality Hulk. But just remember, him boxing with Sentry is crazy considering Sentry literally has the power of 1 million exploding suns. Blue Marvel is somewhere in the neighborhood with Sentry, blah, 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 durability. They're both powerhouses, higher end heavy hitters, you get it. So him doing this to Blue Marvel is way more impressive than you think. Doom has spells that even cripple the Sentry. That's proof enough for you? That's like implying Doom is competing in raw blast power with beings that have 1 million exploding suns type power or more. You know, Dr. Doom is proven to have Silver Surfer tier kind of power because he can disassemble things that have similar power, like alternate reality Doom bots that have similar power to Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer level beings can absorb energy, redirect that energy, and blow away solar systems. We've seen Silver Surfer lift the weight of suns or stars. Silver Surfer is stated to have the blast power to destroy a galaxy by Doom himself, and it's not just a statement. We see him do similar things, making a black hole that kind of envelops an entire galaxy, so it's kind of proven. The kind of power Doom is matching and overpowering is power way more impressive needed to destroy stuff like suns. I'm talking about more than enough power needed to destroy a solar system or even billions of solar systems. I mean, think about it. If Doom can overpower disassembled things that have Silver Surfer kind of power, I literally showed you Silver Surfer blasting away a whole galaxy or making a radius of a blast as wide as a galaxy, which that's basically billions of solar systems. And not to mention, if Doom is Silver Surfer level, even without stealing Silver Surfer's power, if he's somewhere in his ballpark without stealing his power, Silver Surfer is the kind of being that can withstand exploding galaxies. So saying he has the energy output more than the energy needed to destroy billions of solar systems, that's basically an oversimplification. He could basically blast with the equivalent energy needed to level multiple galaxies. With prep time, he can literally duplicate the Silver Surfer's power, y'all. I mean, he was about to do some Dr. Gero stuff, create his own android that had Silver Surfer level power, known as the Doomsman. He's out here making artificial power cosmics and crap and giving Herald tier beings that kind of power. Bruisers like Captain Britain, we've seen punch Juggernaut. Juggernaut calls his punch nice. Yes, Doom has force fields that can withstand these kind of hits from these kind of beings. Doom even goes as far as saying he almost felt that. Almost. Captain Britain is the same guy that can clash with Thor himself. Thor level beings clashing with one another can shake the universe and shake every plane of reality. This is why Dr. Doom saying he almost felt his hit is impressive. Like, Captain Britain can clash with beings this strong. I would make an argument if his shields can do this, his blast power, all that stuff go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Shooting from the universe shaking power. His blast power allows him to take on beings like Annihilus and even chop him into bits. This is the same guy that's nearly knocked out Thor before, y'all. And 8 hits from Thor, and we know how hard Thor can hit based on this video. You know Doom is built different where gods like Hercules and Thor can box his bots, and his bots can slugfest with beings like Hercules, and give them issues. Beings like Thor and Hercules, these are the kind of beings, I'm talking about Hercules, that can literally hit hard enough to shake the universe. Ghost Rider type characters, we've seen Dr. Doom counter, redirect their blasts and such. We've seen Dr. Doom block attacks from magic. His armor can withstand Black Bolt screams. Or he could just sit back and relax and summon a legion of monsters and make the entire Avengers struggle, including powerhouse tiers like Ms. Marvel, who are beings that have enough blast power to blast holes in stars, but Doom is able to overwhelm her by just summoning some minion creatures. If characters like Wolverine that are nowhere near as strong as Dr. Doom can cut through Hulkish type characters because of their ridiculous metal, what the heck do you think somebody like Dr. Doom could do with such a metal? It's a freaking Doombot doing surgery on such a top tier being. You can't teleport near him with teleportation because of his shields. Even powerhouses that can go intangible and try to get through his armor that way, he can counter such beings like Vision Tears. He can eat blasts from MODOK, withstand strikes from Luke Cage and box him back. We've seen him block Cyclops' blast power. His durable armor is already crazy, but he can have personal shields to where even the Thing has issues punching through it. Somebody that can hit this hard compared to Hulk. Dr. Doom has antimatter grenades that can damage Mephisto's physical body. Just a reminder that Mephisto fighting another Hellordish type being like Satanish. Just from them hitting each other, blasting each other, their clashes combined hitting each other can threaten to destroy more than one universe. Their energy was leaking out into the earthly realm. They would have destroyed a dimension, a hellish type of dimension, and earthly dimension universe. This whole dimension would have been psychic shreds, they say. That's why Doom hurting this guy is crazy. We see him blast Mephisto here when he was wearing Iron Man's armor. Beings like Nightmare, Mephisto, they're all Hell Lords. They're comparable to each other. That's why Dr. Doom literally converting Nightmare to energy and absorbing his power is insanity. He even temporarily, I'm not saying he's up there with these guys, he can temporarily block blasts from Celestials, more than one. This was temporary though. They did eventually overwhelm his shields though. But at the same time, let's be honest, he can more than likely steal their power anyway, because that's something Doom always does. Well, actually, this was 4 match Celestials. He kind of blocked their attacks pretty good for 20 plus minutes. He's blocking blasts from beings that could easily end the universe, or blasts are way more potent than universe splattering type of attacks. A good argument could be part of this. The reason why he can withstand blasts from these cosmic higher dimensional beings so long, part of this could be because his suit naturally can absorb energy. You could say his shielding can help, but then he could possibly be absorbing the energy, also nullifying the damage, you could say. So it's kind of like a Haxi durability. How do you beat somebody with energy blast if he kind of can absorb your energy blast and take away some of the blunt force? Yes, it wasn't this artifact that was making him be able to withstand these blasts from the Watcher. Doom even says he prepares for contingencies against these beings. It's a nigh-impenetrable cosmic alloy. The Watcher's raw power has been stated to be comparable to Galactus. I already showed you scans of Dr. Doom blocking blasts from Celestials. This is even more confirmation that he's blocking blasts from Celestial tier beings. Beings like the Watcher are compared to Celestials, y'all. Not only are we talking about him shooting from higher dimensional kind of power, but I'm talking about beings that can hit so hard, they can wage war across infinite rivers of reality. For example, 2 Watchers fighting cause this much power output. His shields can take slashes from Wolverine's adamantium claws. Celestials and Watchers look at the universe like little bubbles of fiction, basically, on how they look at it like being so irrelevant, on how higher end these kind of characters are. The Celestials are literally stated to have existed before time and space was even a thing. These are beings that look at the universe as little objects. I'm talking about like every Celestial, they exist at all planes of reality all at the same time. Like beyond human comprehension type stuff. We're talking about beyond multiversal kind of power that Dr. Doom can shield from. You see, that's dangerous. Dr. Doom got tutored or mentored by a universe-destroying mutant like the Marquis of Death that's ridiculously overpowered. Dr. Doom, he himself even stated that he has these things known as the Big Bang cannons. He weaponized the building blocks of the universe to use against cosmic beings like Galactus. He literally has singularity disruptors. He can take on all his own Doom bots at the same time if he needs to. I mean, what do you expect from a guy that has text from the dawn of writing in his library of books? I mean, he's took on the Fantastic Four a lot in his career. It says a lot when Invisible Woman states that his force field is mightier than her force field. And she's someone that can blast through celestial armor, so that says a lot about Doom. We even see her try to get through Dr. Doom's shields here, and she can't. Speaking of cosmic beings, survive a blast from Infinity Stones. In the case of his combat speed, let's just say he's way faster than bullets. He literally dodged a bullet. Speedsters like Quicksilver are surprised at his speed. Obviously, he can't run as fast as Quicksilver in a straight line, but in raw light combat speed, Quicksilver's impressed by him. Quicksilver can outrun radio waves. That's considered light speed. So saying Doom is light speed in combat is not far-fetched. Well, if you're still not convinced, he's always boxing Reed Richards. It's stated Doom's force field lashing out in two directions at the speed of light. So yeah, he literally has blast that's the speed of light. We've seen him fly and keep up with Galactus. We've seen him block lasers, react to him, dodge the Hood's bullets. And then if I'm being honest with you, y'all, speed is not really a factor for him because he's technically a time manipulator. He has like time manipulation type of stuff in his suit. He has time circuitry built in his suit. He has things that allow him to step between seconds. I know a lot of people have a hard time comprehending this, but when you're a time manipulator, that's kind of like a shortcut to be able to be fast. Like, do me a favor and Google some Flash villains like Zoom. You'll see what I'm talking about, how time manipulators can be like speedsters. Like, Doom is known for traveling across time. We've even seen him dodge attacks using time manipulation to dodge attacks. Like, he has a time platform that allows him to travel throughout time at will. Doom built a bot that is capable of time manipulation. He can transmute your shield into negative time, basically reversing its effects. Doom can design stuff to crash into other ships at light speed. He can freeze time in a localized area or vicinity with his tech by using the power of Thor's hammer, the mystical energies it gives off. I don't think speed is an issue when you're a time manipulator like this. You can even argue he can do some Gojo type stuff from the anime. He freezes light in this particular area, turning time into space. You may feel resistance as you climb the tower. That's time friction. Like, he possesses a time cube incorporated in his suit that he can use to reverse time to reconstruct his castle. I mean, if you blitz him, what's stopping him from just freezing time around himself to where you can't even freaking move? He can kind of battlefield remove you and imprison you in his place to where you're just going to be frozen in time. If a character is able to freeze time all around him, but he can still move, that's technically infinite speed in a sense, if you can temporarily move like this while everything in the universe is frozen but you. You know, Doom himself even talks about how he does not require armor, no robots to be a threat. Like, you see him shirtless, but still has his mask on with his cloak. I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the best designs for him. He's still an energy projector, so it lets you know he's always got some kind of weapons he can use. See, the thing is, like, I would say at base, his raw blast power is not on the level like of, especially a full power Galactus or anything, or even Watchers, but he's one of those characters he can change tiers with just his standard gear, so it's almost like his hexy nature can kind of make him jump tiers to what tier he's not on. He can just kind of get there. You're probably thinking, holy crap, how is Dr. Doom able to do all these things? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. The kind of character he is, you can't expect to beat him one time and think he's not going to make improvements. It's even talked about how he's always perfecting his armor, giving it more durability against certain characters and stuff. In the arts of magic, he even got lessons from Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange mentions how he's a rapid study. He got mystical training from Cagliostro himself, a magician from back in the day, got his lessons and said bye. Look at his vault of books. It's talked about how Dr. Doom travels through time, gathering hidden dark arts that have been long forgotten. He's learning. His armor's always learning because his armor's microcomputers analyze the other's futile efforts. I learn more about the techniques of mystic combat than I would in years of study. Like, when he literally gets handled, like, badly,
after he takes his ill, like in this occasion with the Marquis of Death, he trained and transformed his body so not even a molecule would betray him like before, so he won't repeat the past mistake. His armor has infrared vision. It's like his armor makes him have enhanced senses because he can dodge. It's almost like he knows where the next attack is going to go. Supernatural senses. He can sense mystical energies inside of objects. It was asked how he knows so much about Limbo, the Soul Sword, and etc. He said it was all covered one of the chapters of the arcane book of the Darkhold. So yeah, he has read the Darkhold, got knowledge from the Darkhold. Doom even said he read your Darkhold book, Chthon, in more newer S-type comics. So this is like consistent. Why do you think he's able to redirect hell magic and blast it back at you? Magic. He can trap you in a nightmare spell, can enter your dreams. His magical spells can just enter your mind. In the middle of a fight, he could technically just summon a magical book and just get some knowledge real quick. He can summon books from other dimensions. He's so high up in the magical hierarchy that he actually looks down upon certain type of rituals or spells, calling rituals of summoning childish examples of sorceress art. This guy got centuries of tutelage from the Marquis of Death of being in the multiverse. Dr. Doom's armor is actually aware, self-adapting. Adaptive technology is in the inner workings of the armor. Proof of his armor being able to adapt is that there's certain weapons that work on him at first, but then when it's brought up that we've done this dance before, Doom literally says his armor's defenses has registered its frequency and adjusted to your clumsy attack. Just because it worked last time doesn't mean it's going to work this time. Foreign characters, foreign beings, his armor will do a complete analysis of you so he can understand how to defeat you better. His scanners can reveal if you're a robot pretending to be a human. For example, when he got blasted by Beyonder here, for example, his armor can analyze the Beyonder type energy. Dr. Doom is ridiculously smart. I mean, look who he's like making stuff with, Iron Man himself, the Battlesuit King, I would say. It's been stated that outside of Reed Richards, I've never known anyone with such an intuitive grasp of electronics. Doom's called a genius here. He can construct an highly efficient time tube. His intellect is called matchless. That leads to me to let you know how smart he is based on his invention. He got body transferal rays to transfer bodies. He can basically possess you thanks to his knowledge of the dark arts, mentally switching bodies. He can basically do the Captain Ginyu technique that allows you to change bodies. Doom is always doing some Captain Ginyu stuff. He was even in Hulkling's body for a little bit. He has a high velocity air gun, special cages that can contain each Fantastic Four member, even cages to lock up She-Hulk. His own mechs he can ride. He has a bio-enhancer that will stimulate her body's natural healing. He has special crafts that allow him to go deep underwater. He has adamantine mummy cases. He knows how to prepare special chemical brine baths, which can heal and refresh you. He has collars he can put on you that will contract each time you use your power. He's a great support because in his lab, he has an apparatus, a special device he created which increases your special powers 12-fold. He can make stuff that allows him to transform normal people to superpowered beings. His brain has been compared to a supercomputer, found a way how to harness the mystical energies of vibranium when Wakandans themselves couldn't do it. Stuff like this allows him to connect to every fragment of vibranium on Earth. You know you're smart as heck and dangerous if Thanos keeps you under surveillance. Imagine being smart enough to reprogram Ultron to serve him. And don't you dare give him the blueprints of the Destroyer armor. Cosmic beam gun that can turn the Thing back to normal for a little while. In his armory, he has this thing known as the deflection staff. It can absorb the most punishing blow without breaking. He's got a disintegrator, his own helicopter. What's your favorite aircraft type of thing he always riding? He has some time manipulation grenades. A time shift bomb will throw you 2 seconds in the past. Jetpack, if his suit just wants to act stupid, he has an extra one to help him fly. Another type of flying device. He has plenty of flying devices to fly, carry you with it. And most of the time, it's hard to tell if you're even fighting the real Doom. He's known for having a lot of Doom bots to fight you, and they look just like him, so you can't tell there's not him at all. No, seriously, he has cosmic-powered Doom bots, which are not weak. Obviously, they're not as strong as him, but still. Like, look at these devices. He has a hypno-persuader when he's trying to control somebody. Don't give this guy prep. This is one thing Dr. Doom is known for, is stealing people's power. If you somehow outmatch his already incredible base level power, he can find a way to literally steal yours. This famous thing known as the Cosmic Harness. Like, look at this. If you in this, he's going to drain you. It's not just his Cosmic Harness. He can heat his way to freedom. Once activated, it will harness the sun's energy, storing it up until I have power enough to shatter this trap he's in when they're thinking he can't get free. I haven't really even got on his versatile abilities of his battle suit yet in this video, but yet it can still absorb people's energy to where it can drain you and make you old. Like, it's not even fair to be an energy projector against him. His armor circuitry can even allow him to absorb power. Franklin freaking Richards, like a guy that can create and destroy universes. Captain Marvel herself, she can absorb energy herself. Even she blasts Dr. Doom and he can just counter her by absorbing her energy at her. By absorbing her own energy blasted at him. All because he has energy absorbing nanobots. But without even counting prep time, like not just devices, but he has like this siphon suit to absorb powers from the top tiers. Let's talk about, like, you know, he's known for his battle suit. You've seen a lot of this throughout this video so far. There's a lot of layers to the battle suit, and this is considered like him at this point because this is like his standard gear. Air conditioning in it. His suit also stores oxygen, but when it gets pierced, it can escape though. His suit is sealed up from toxic gases and such. His suit can convert carbon dioxide to breathable oxygen, stated to have its own oxygen supply. His suit flushes water, force field generator array, energy discharge mixing chamber, gauntlet blasters, nuclear generator jetpack, 30,000 volt electrified circuits. Yeah, electricity, you can see it. That's why he's blasting 100,000 more megavolts here. When they said electricity, they meant it. That's why you always see him frying people in different eras of comics. Still can do electric manipulation. I think he likes shocking folks. If you blast him with electricity, he can just blast it back at you. Hope you all aren't tired of Doom emitting electricity. He just casually gives out weapons that are literally called the electroshock pistol. Different energy sources, life support, concussive beams everywhere, nuclear generator, nuclear thermal electric generator, palm mounted particle beam projector, laser eyes, like every type of blast you can think of. That's why you see missiles literally come out of his knuckles, blasts coming from his fingers. He can shoot out the tips of his fingers like bladed projectiles, y'all. Like, how many different types of blasters does he have in his armor or gear? He has gear that allows him to increase gravity on beam with his miniaturized sensitizer. He can make a quarterstaff and make it like an energy virus. He can shut down all the technology around the country to access all the computers, even taking over the Avengers headquarters. Reed can't just hack his way out of the armor. Iron Man can't even hack into Doom's armor. He has protections in his armor just in case he braces to go against spiritual type beings. He has the true cross with him. He already knew Dracula would try to attack him. That's why he preps for this kind of stuff. He has a molecular expander in his gauntlet. It shoots forth streams of atomic particles which on contact with air enlarge so rapidly that they attain the size of boulders. He always has something to throw at you. You see it used here. He can shrink you, trapping you in a different universe, the microverse. You're thinking somebody like Magneto, who's the master of magnetism, would shred up Dr. Doom, aren't you? Well, he has a hidden switch on his armored gauntlet that activates his personal field, making him impervious to Magneto's mutant abilities so he can counter him. He has his own magnetism manipulation to counter Magneto by reversing his armor's magnetic polarity, which allows him to absorb your force to turn it against him. He caught Captain America's shield in a magnetic field, so he has magnetic manipulation. When his armor is drained, he has backups. He can activate his point singularity power supply, so he once again has power. There's people that legit think that stripped of all his weaponry, he is defanged. Dr. Doom simply says, is Iron Man helpless with only his armor? Yeah, his weapons aren't just what makes him dangerous. His armor itself is literally a weapon. I mean, we literally see him make some Green Lantern hand type constructs to grab beings. He has the Doom Rack, basically a torture device. He has a high frequency emotion charger. He has a drill ship, a super piano that can murk you. Dr. Doom has made traps for the Fantastic Four to where if they enter his lair, it will destabilize their bodies. Doom invented the ionic blade. It does not have to touch you to kill you. Dr. Doom has a freeze unit in his glove. Yes, he can just straight up freeze you. Consistently shown to be able to generate ice. Seems to be able to produce air, manipulation of vortexes. How do you think he's able to make tornadoes with the wave of his hand? Sleep gas. He can give you a drug to make you see stuff that's not really there. Can blast acid from his fingers. It seems he can produce heat as well, or just like, you know, fire-ish type stuff. Like he's making energy constructs. This guy used hypnotism to drain the Fantastic Four of their power. Like what? Whenever they want to use their power, he's hypnotized their brains to instantly reject the notion. Working together with Scarlet Witch, he was able to hold her mind together. Mind manipulators, don't even waste your time on Dr. Doom. He has a telepathic scrambler. That's why he's able to counter Moondragon, telepathic mind manipulator type being. Not even Emma Frost can enter his mind, one of the highest end telepath type characters. This is insane considering Emma Frost can enter the mind of death, an abstract type being, even though she did overwhelm Emma after she did that though, but it's just crazy that she can enter a cosmic being's mind. Dr. Doom has such insane willpower, even without his armor shielding him from mind manipulation type stuff, making himself tonally vulnerable and on purpose. It shows that Dr. Doom's willpower alone can resist mind manipulators like Killgrave, Purple Man, without protection. The guy just has crazy will. He literally can be tortured in hell and not fold. He will not scream during torture. Even cosmic beings can torture Doom and he won't fold. He has a cloaking unit in his armor that allows him to go invisible to not even Wolverine can sense his presence. Characters like Ironheart have a hard time detecting Doom. When his arm gets sliced, let's just say he can heal. He can heal others' wounds too, via magic. Let's say magic or science, he can find a way to heal beings. It's crazy to think about he can reduce beings to atoms, but then it's crazy to think about that he has devices that can reform beings from molecules. Let's just say he has contingency plans if he was to ever die, like soul transferring type stuff. Like his body can legit about to be destroyed, but then he can just randomly mind transfer to where he will be an innocent bystander in a new body. You've seen plenty of shielding in this video, but yeah, he can shield with darkness manipulation type magic too. He can make Iron Man armor defenseless by corrupting its armor, energy, unknown energy, corrupting armor energy flow. He knows spells that allow him to banish demons out of beings' bodies. He can deconstruct stuff without necessarily spamming tech. He can just use magic instead if he wants to. You know he's a high-end magic beings when he can summon the Crimson Bands of Sidorak. Dr. Doom is always going to find a way to shield Latveria from reality warping type of situations. Devices that cancel out Scarlet Witch's power. Transmutation can turn you into like Chrome. Yeah, he can resist transmutation. Apart from his blast power and stuff, even newer comics reference how he likes using a blade and can use a blade. With all this raw power I've been talking about, Dr. Doom has his ridiculous level of versatile magic abilities or tech. You would be surprised that he actually has fighting skills using a blade. We've seen him on more than one occasion use a blade. He's quite good at hand-to-hand combat. He'll straight up box with great martial arts fighters like Black Panther himself. This is impressive because his suit was completely depowered and still had hand-to-hand skills. And it's confirmed he's been trained under fencing masters when it comes to sword combat. Sword, and again, even holding two. It's proven he has fighting skills because when he's in Daredevil's body, we see him still being able to actually hold his own. Skilled enough to catch Captain America's shield and throw it back. He's not afraid to use a sword and shield. How many characters you know can box with one of the best fighters of all time, Taskmaster, and he's not even powered up with his armor or nothing. He's literally boxing like one of the poster boy super soldier tiers of Marvel that has like everybody's fighting style. And he was actually able to get the upper hand over Taskmaster. Jabs to the throat, pressure points he can use to take you out. Even completely naked with no armor on, able to use his skill and precision on a lion to use a single blow where the brainstem meets the spine. Doom takes pride in no powers, no armor, straight hands. Like he'll straight up use battle IQ, use magic here and there in a combination with his hand-to-hand ability. That's why he took out the special forces. It's a lot to unpack. If you made it this far in the video, you know Doom is absurdly mighty, but it's not because he's omnipotent or anything. I mean, yeah, there's characters that are on his level, there's characters he's above, and there's characters above him majority of the time. The thing that makes him scary is everything I've said in this video already, but then the fact he's always stealing people's powers, which I've already mentioned a few times. You've seen this happen in the live action movies where he would steal the Silver Surfer's power. It's just in the comics, it's a little different. He doesn't just steal his board in the comics. He uses his gear to steal Silver Surfer's power. So if he's not Galactus level at first, you got to worry about him draining Skyfathers or above tier level beings and just straight up using your power like him. So that's what makes Doom so scary. We've even seen him do this to characters like the Watchers, y'all. Doom is even here. He can siphon Dormammu's power thanks to his Doom bots being an extension of his mind or him in general. Doom acknowledges Dormammu has vast magical reserves. There's not many characters in existence he can't siphon the power of. You know his God Emperor Doom mode? When he looked like this with the white cloak, he had like the power of the Molecule Man. You could say he was powered up by Molecule Man and the Beyonders. Molecule Man kind of chose Dr. Doom for this power. Like, so he was basically dang near close to living tribunal level or even higher because Beyonders, the kind of Beyonder beings, can take on these kind of beings. Yeah, in the hierarchy of power, Dr. Doom was up here when he was Super Saiyan White Dr. Doom. When Dr. Doom was powered up like this, he was able to defeat Phoenix Force user avatars. How often do you see characters that have the Phoenix Force in them lose? How often do you see characters that use the Infinity Gauntlet lose? I'll answer it for you. You don't see that happen often. Or never, because Infinity Gauntlet users literally be taking on like multiple cosmic beings at the same time. So simply fist fighting an Infinity Gauntlet user is ridiculousness. Just a friendly reminder, this is what the Infinity Gauntlet users can do to cosmic beings, even if they're all using their power on them at the same time. That's why Doom boxing out with Infinity Gauntlet user is insane. Infinity Gauntlet users can literally immobilize cosmic beings, multiple at the same time. I mean, for Pete's sake, look what happened when Nebula had the Infinity Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Like, none of these beings can touch Infinity Gauntlet users, even if you're cosmic beings, but Doom apparently could. Never put this version of Dr. Doom in versus debates. We've seen his energy blast blow away Apocalypse, incinerate Doctor Strange, crack Infinity Gems. He created another Eye of Agamotto that was better than the previous one. He said, Human Torch, I want you to be a sun, so I want you to light my world up. He formed this Doom world from the remnants of broken Earths. Doom in this state, they call him omnipotent but not omniscient. He's the one holding the world together. He made a wall to separate different territories of the Doom world. If you don't know what Battle World looks like, this is a world ruled by him. He rules from his castle like always, from Castle Doom. You know you powerful when Franklin Richards and Galactus is guarding your castle. He has his very own Thor army, basically. He's the one that gave Thor his hammers, like the different Thors of his army. He's the one that gives Thor their power. If his power is fading, they can't even do nothing. A floating freaking castle in the sky. The Thors can literally pray to Doom and he can sense it when they do this. You know he's built different when he can just rip apart Thanos physically. But if he kept this level of power, it would basically be impossible to write Dr. Doom's story. So of course he got his power taken away and he goes back to his normal levels of crazy power still. Yeah, he might not be on this level all the time, but he's still insane without being God Emperor Doom levels, right? Like, he has devices that can drain cosmic beings or just straight up his soup, because he can literally drain Franklin Richards, somebody that can create multiverses. I mean, heck, even reality warpers like Scarlet Witch aren't safe. You remember that energy that Wanda had, the reason why she was House of M level, being able to depower like a whole bunch of mutants across the multiverse? It was this thing known as the life force. It was a ridiculous amount of power. Most people that try to control the life force end up being consumed by it. Wanda wants to undo her sins in this particular situation, but she doesn't want this power permanently because the life force consumes beings, make them do crazy stuff, basically. And then the power of the life force, well, Wanda says she can't feel it because Doom freaking got it. With all intents and purposes, you could say at this moment in time, Dr. Doom was House of M level power. House of M Scarlet Witch, you could say, level right here, when he got the life force. But this was very short. He lost his power. How powerful do you think he was like this?
Dr. Doom, just like a lot of other characters, have got a taste of the Phoenix Force. Don't ask, it was a story where a lot of characters had the power of the Phoenix Force. Yeah, a lot of characters. Yeah, of course he didn't keep this. Maya ended up getting the Phoenix Force from everybody. He don't need this either, though. Of course, Doom is always prepping, whether if it's stealing somebody's power with his own gear or armor, or just using their straight up tech on them. He's a big believer in preparing. Now, you could say his most recent temporary power-up is where he actually became Sorcerer Supreme. Being Sorcerer Supreme, there's heavy implications that it's actually a power-up, not just the title alone, because that's why Doctor Strange has to do all this to give him power. So it's implied that Sorcerer Supreme title is actually a power-up. Dr. Doom himself even acknowledges that he has grown in magic power because he's Sorcerer Supreme. Matter of fact, it's so much power being the Sorcerer Supreme that even cosmic beings like Dormammu, he can instantly cut off from Earth if he was to use all that energy and seal him away from the earth, but that would relinquish his title and power. Stated to be a fragment of my living soul to bond to your own in the same way as Clea did when he died, as I am currently among the undead, the office should transfer to you. That's how he got his most recent temporary power. I will admit, him looking like this with the Sorcerer Supreme with the cloak kind of looks pretty cool. Even without being Sorcerer Supreme, he's one of the best magicians in Marvel anyway. Like, it was actually a deal he made with Doctor Strange. That's why Doctor Strange agreed to do it. To save the world, of course. But after the day was saved, Dr. Doom was supposed to give the power back. Dr. Doom gave his word. Dr. Doom said, I have a lot to do, meaning technically he didn't break his word, apparently. He says he will save the world in his own way, and that's why he's just keeping the power, kind of like a backstab. That's where we lead to the events of One World Under Doom. Narration calls him Sorcerer Supreme. A lot of the same stuff applies for him as this Sorcerer Supreme being. Durability-wise, he's still bulletproof like always. We see this Dr. Doom write a parallel version of himself, a dinosaur Dr. Doom. Like, what? Laser eyes he got? Obviously, he still has magical blast. Blast power. Shielding-wise, we see him take on some of the strongest beings in the universe, including Thor, Captain Marvel tiers. You know Doom is on another level of power, where characters like Dormammu can just pull up, and Doom can actually clash beams with this being. He can not only make energy constructs, but literally seem to damage Dormammu himself. Even referencing the MCU quote, he did not come to bargain. Dr. Doom talks in ways when it comes to certain things like the Eye of Agamotto. It's a light destructive of demons. Doctor Strange only ever employed it directly. Like a fool, he never thought to magically bend that light around him over and over, growing it ever stronger in a torrent, a hurricane.
So he's implying he's using this power differently than even Doctor Strange himself, which is why he's getting an advantage over Dormammu. Dormammu summons demons on him, and he starts boxing them too, saying he's going to use the Eye of Agamotto in ways Doctor Strange never did. That's when we see him start dominating. And starts doing some power mimicry type stuff, like Optic Blast, Cyclops' blast. He does Wolverine's claws, stabs into Dormammu. He gets blasted by Dormammu. We literally see him summon all the characters back. They're back from banishment when they was banished at first. So now he got help. So while the heroes are busy, all the powerhouses are busy, Speed Blitz and Dormammu, we get to see Dr. Doom collect his power, get ready to do the final blow with the Eye of Agamotto, to collect his power, to hit Dormammu, to get him back to where he belongs, banished him back to his meager dimension, held there in eternal spells of my own design. Look how these comics label the fights. Emperor, Sorcerer Supreme Doom versus the Avengers, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Storm, Vision, the Fantastic Four, all these different powerhouses in this same comic. I'm talking about them blasting them all at the same time, him countering the blast. Juggernaut's here. None of this seems to matter. Teaming up on him all at once doesn't seem to matter. We even see a super powered up Reed Richards more than ever before show up. You could argue temporary powered up Reed Richards, who's Scientist Supreme. Oh my goodness. This is a Reed Richards that can make his own version of Wolverine's claws. He literally says flame on. Using his powers in tandem with all this stuff. Even then, Dr. Doom, Sorcerer Supreme Dr. Doom, his mistake was attacking him with spells he invented, defeated Reed, regardless of this new power. Imagine giving Spider-Man power. He will always be a threat no matter if you're actually stronger or not, because he can beat you via hacks, teleport you away, battlefield remove you, freeze you in time. There's just a lot of different ways he can beat you. But before I get going, he will drain your powers. And like, share, subscribe. Thanks for the donations. Respect them. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.